The Council of Ministers held its weekly meeting today noon at Sif Palace under the chairmanship of His Highness Sheikh Al-Mubarak Al-Sabah, the Prime Minister. Following the meeting, the Minister of State for Cabinet Affairs, Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah Al-Mubarak Al-Sabah, said at the outset of the meeting, the Council of Ministers took note of the reply message by His Highness the Amir, Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmad Al-Jabir Al-Sabah, to His Highness the Prime Minister on the Certificate of Appreciation accorded to His Highness the Amir by the UN in recognition of his great efforts in supporting humanitarian causes all over the world. The Cabinet then discussed the two messages addressed to His Highness the Amir from His Excellency the President of the Palestinian State, Mahmoud Abbas, and Head of the Executive Committee of the Palestinian Liberation Organization, expressing gratitude to Kuwait over its support for the Palestinian people and their cause. The Cabinet then discussed the two messages addressed to His Highness the Amir from His Excellency the President of Benin, Boniyai, and His Excellency the President of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, which dealt with bilateral relations between Kuwait and each of those countries. In the same context, the Council of Ministers reviewed the message addressed to His Highness the Amir from the UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon, in which he expressed gratitude and appreciation to the State of Kuwait over its donation during the Second Donors Conference for Syria. Afterwards, the Cabinet took note of the message addressed to His Highness the Amir from the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Antonio Guterres, where he congratulated His Highness the Amir on the success of the Second Donors Conference for Syria. In a separate issue, the Council of Ministers welcomed the visit of His Majesty King Juan of Spain and his accompanying delegation to the State of Kuwait, which comes to further boost mutual ties and bilateral cooperation. The Cabinet then listened to an explanation by the Minister of State for Cabinet Affairs on the project of developing the Silk City Al-Sabah and Bubiyan Island. The explanation included assessments of the project and the necessary procedures to move forward with the desired objectives of this vital plan. In light of the Ministers' briefing, the Cabinet tackled the Legal Affairs Committee with preparing a decree on amending some provisions of the Law No. 240 of the year 2012 regarding the development of the Silk City and Bubiyan Island. Finally, the Council of Ministers discussed the topics listed on the National Assembly agenda and tackled the latest political developments on the Arab and international arenas.